Good morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Sorry I was a little bit late. Smokey's not doing well, guys. My schnauzer is 13 years old, blind, can barely hear. Yesterday, guys, he didn't eat. And he usually wants me to feed him first thing when he gets up. He finally ate this morning, but he acts like something's wrong with his back legs. I've been carrying him outside and he walks, but he just acts like he's having trouble with one of his legs. I've been really, really worried about him. So y'all pray for Smokey. Let's see. I thought he was out here with me. Oh, he must have went back inside. He must be in there with Mark. I'm surprised he's not out here. He likes to be by my side. Hey, Jack's mom. Let's see who's in here. Matt, Sapphire, Hibiscus, Cement Shoes, Short Nice. Good morning, everybody. I said Jack's mom, didn't I? Usually, if I'm in the bathroom, if I'm doing my makeup, even though Smokey's blind, he always finds me and he will lay right there in the hallway and wait on me to get done. He's up my butt all the time. Hey, Micah, good morning. Is it, how you say it, Mika? Maybe it's Mika. Good morning. Welcome. So, y'all, I saw an article about Chad Daybell's kids. They done that interview with 48 Hours. It's going to be on tonight. So we're going to have to do the members stream tomorrow night because I got to watch this. But anyways, in this interview, they say that police told them that Tammy Daybell died from asphyxiation. So I was on Google this morning looking up, if you die from asphyxiation, would you have pink foam coming out your mouth? Let me see. Where's my search for that? And it says, yeah. Okay, let's look at this. What would cause pink foaming at the mouth? When the heart and lungs are not working properly. Fluid builds up around both organs and cells are starved of oxygen. Carbon dioxide and other gases are also built up around cells and mix with the fluid, forming a frothy, light pink or blood-tinted mucus. So, do y'all reckon that he strangled her? I'm going to read y'all this article by East Idaho News. You said it perfect. Mika? Is it Mika? Okay, cool. Stomach, bowels, and blood. Now, I'm just wondering. Did he strangle her? Did he get Alex Cox to strangle her? I don't think they used like a ligature or anything like that, or it would have left prints. But you would think if someone strangled her. But I guess, they could have suffocated her or something too. Would that be classified as asphyxiation? I don't know. I always thought he smothered her. Well, he could have. That way it didn't leave any marks. Somehow I had it in my mind, asphyxiation, strangling, but there's different, I guess, ways to do that. Yeah, strangling would have left marks. See, that's why I like to talk to y'all. Okay, let me get this pulled up. See, my mind went straight to strangulation. But they could have used a bag or a pillow or, anything, right? Okay. Chad Daybell's children say authorities told them their mother died from asphyxiation And even though things look funny, their father is innocent. Boy, oh, boy, oh. Lord have mercy. Garth Daybell, Emma Murray, Seth Daybell, Leah Murphy, and Mark Daybell sat down with 48 Hours contributor Jonathan Vigalotti, Vigalotti, I don't know how you say that, for a special called The Secrets of Chad Daybell's Backyard. Their dad, Chad Daybell, was arrested in June 2020 after the remains of J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan were found buried on his property. J.J. and Tylee's mother, Lori, married Daybell in November 2019, weeks after Chad's first wife, Tammy, died in her Salem home. Okay. Chad Daybell faces multiple criminal charges, including first-degree murder in connection to the deaths of JJ and Tylee and Tammy. Lori Daybell is charged with similar crimes. Tammy died at her Salem home in October 2019. An autopsy was performed and her body was exhumed 2 months later. Authorities have not released her cause of death, but multiple sources close to the investigation tell EastIdahoNews.com she died from asphyxiation. The authorities told me that she had been asphyxiated, but we never saw an autopsy, Garth Daybell told 48 Hours. Lady scratching at the door wanting out. Mark Daybell added, asphyxiation doesn't necessarily mean smothered. According to my understanding, it just means the breath was interrupted, and in the end, she wasn't able to breathe. Boy, these kids are delusional. Hold on, guys. Let me let this little stalker out. Ladybug, really? Come on. Oh my gosh, you little weirdo. Okay. Calm down, girl. The children said Tammy had been in failing health. Well, she was a young lady. I mean, mid-40s. During their interview, Garth Daybell said he was in his bedroom the night his mother died when he heard a thump. His dad called out for him with the most panic I'd ever heard in his voice. My dad was just pacing back and forth, Garth told Vigalotti, just saying, why? How could this happen? Pointing at pictures on the wall. She can't be dead. Like, how could this be? What do we do? It's a little over dramatic, pointing at pictures and stuff. I mean, come on now. These kids believe it. Emma Murray said their father was in complete shock, and because of his emotional state, the kids requested that an autopsy not be performed. The narrative is that he was going, no autopsy, but he was standing there in complete shock, traumatized, letting us make the decision, Murray said. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was all an act, kids. I mean, what about their mother? They're saying they're standing up for their father. Who's standing up for their mother? Oh, they don't believe she was murdered. All 5 children remain united in defending their father and insist he has done nothing criminal. Murray told CBS News she believes Chad was framed. I don't know why the bodies would be there, Murray told Vigalotti while touring the property. But I do know that if he were to commit a crime, he wouldn't be foolish enough to put the evidence in his own backyard. Well, sweetie, he did. Honey, he did. We presume innocence in this country. Just because things look funny, we don't send people to jail. Honey, it looks more than funny. You got 2 dead children buried in your father's backyard. What if those were your children somebody did that to? It'd look more than funny, wouldn't it? You'd be saying the son of a bitch did it. These kids are brainwashed. They're just as bad as him. I'm sorry, but I mean, common sense. I know that they love their dad, and nobody wants to believe that somebody they love could be capable of doing something so horrible. But damn, when you got bodies buried in the backyard, you'd believe it, wouldn't you? I mean, if y'all's dad had two kids buried in the backyard, wouldn't y'all think, he murdered the kids? Common sense. She says he was framed. We're gonna watch this clip. Probably get in trouble for it, but oh well. We'll watch the whole thing. The preview. Let me stop this. Okay, it's the end of it. Okay. So she says that he was framed. I could bet you my bottom dollar. Uh-oh. Let me quit screen sharing. That he is telling them that, and he is going to flip on Lori. I guarantee it. I wonder why the cops told them that Tammy died from asphyxiation. Because they're family? Because I know they're not, they didn't release the autopsy results. I would say that they're probably telling the truth about that. But from what I read, they're trying to say that Tammy had failing health. They're going to try to say that maybe she rolled over, had her face in the pillow or something like that. Died like that. What a bunch of idiots. They don't got no common sense, I'm telling you. Chad has warped their minds. Hey, sweet crazy, good morning. Yeah, they need a wake-up call. Like, I feel bad for them. I got a big heart, y'all. I feel bad for them because, here their mom is dead. Their dad's accused of doing it. He had two kids buried in their backyard. I mean, I can't imagine my dad doing something like that. Anybody in my family. So I feel bad for them about that. But damn, they're just so damn delusional, They're just like brainwashed. Chad smothered her. Yeah, I'm wondering if Alex helped him or what. I didn't know that there was a kid home. One of the boys was home in his bedroom. He heard a thump. I mean, didn't they think that was like over dramatic? Like their mom's laying there dead on the floor and like Chad's going on and pointing at pictures on the wall and stuff instead of trying to help his freaking wife. Come on now. Wait till they hear some of the evidence. Garth. It was Garth. Garth was home. Oh my gosh, some of those kids, they look just like Chad, bless their hearts. Alex always seemed to be there. I know it. I'm just wondering if Alex did it for him. Chad just seems like such a wuss. Guarantee he flips on Lori. Guarantee it. He did not call 911. Okay, they're saying that their dad let them make the decision about the autopsy. I don't know about that. I read that Chad said no because of their religion or something. You know what? They should have done an autopsy anyway. She was just in her mid-40s. How old was Tammy? She's not much older than me. I'm 41. She might have been 47? I do too. I know it. They're blind. They're blind. Like, has Emma thought to herself, like, how did somebody get onto the property to dig two deep graves without anybody knowing? And didn't one of the girls move into that house after the bodies were found? And didn't they go down there and take some of the memorial stuff that people had left on the fence down? Shows a lot about them. I believe if my dad had two kids buried in the backyard and I wouldn't be staying in the house for number one. Number two, I don't think I'd be going down, or I know I wouldn't be going down there taking nothing off the fence in memory of those little innocent kids. I can't wait to watch this. So we'll have to do our members stream tomorrow night since this is coming on tonight. Does anybody know what time this is coming on? I should know. I think about 8 or 9. I think about it. They've already killed Charles. I don't think they give a shit. Oh, yeah, true. I'd say Chad knew about that too. I wouldn't stay there either. I know, Lucy. Hey, RNA, good morning. Gosh, I got dog hair on my laptop. Oh, let me get it off. They don't care about Tylee and JJ. They don't know them. No, all they care about is their dad and standing up for their dad. That kills me how she said, just cause things look funny. Things look funny. There's 2 kids buried in the backyard. It looks more than funny. And from what I can understand, Tylee may have been dismembered. And poor little JJ had a bag wrapped around his head. And I think he had red PJs on. And one of the last pictures that was taken of JJ, he had those red PJs on. I know, it's just awful. Can you imagine what Larry and Kay's been through and the rest of the family? I would be angry if with my dad for marrying someone else so soon. Yeah, you know they were. They can say what they want. You know they were pissed off when he went and married Lori 2 weeks later. They knew Tammy was going to die. Lori was on Amazon ordering wedding rings 2 or 3 weeks before Tammy was even dead. They knew she was going to die. It makes me sick when I see those pictures of Lori and Chad over in Hawaii, um, smiling at each other. The picture of them taken inside the supermarket before she was extradited back. I mean, just acting like they didn't have a care in the world. And the whole time they knew where those kids were. They knew they were dead, buried in Chad Dunbell's backyard. He is dumb as hell. They both are dumb as hell to think that they was going to get by with this. What alerted authorities about Tammy is when Lori's kids went missing. Then they started putting 2 and 2 together. They found out they was married and Tammy had only been dead like 2 weeks before they got married and all this. I can't wait to learn all the evidence they have against them. Hear all the text messages and stuff. I'd say they deleted a lot of stuff. Something I would like to know is when Charles was gunned down in Lori's living room, why did the cops let her keep Charles' cell phone? She took his wallet too. She robbed him. She took his wallet. She took his cell phone and deleted a bunch of stuff off of it. Oh, and let's not forget he's laying there bleeding out on the floor. She went to Burger King and went and bought flip-flops. She makes me sick too, sweet crazy. Tylee was so funny and so pretty. Yeah, they had to get rid of her because she knew that they murdered Charles. They would get rid of her anyways, even if she hadn't have known that, I believe. Do y'all think that Lori and Chad really thought that Tylee and JJ and Charles and all of them were possessed? Or they just used that as an excuse? I think they used it as an excuse. I think crazy ass Lori might have bought into it, but Chad knew better. Chad knew better. Especially after Charles had spoken with the police about something being wrong with Lori. He was so sincere. I know it. And they didn't take him seriously. I think they just thought, he was just a pissed off husband. Just pissed off at his wife because, she had left him. Now, he did get her to see, I believe, like psychologist, psychiatrist, something one time. But she went in there and lied to him. She went in there and lied to him and then came out. I believe Melanie Gibb might have went with her or Lori talked to her after the appointment. But Lori was laughing and bragging about, how she went in there and fooled him. She had Chad whooped. She had him P whooped RNA. That's what I think. For some reason, I think the kids' murders were Lori's idea. Could have been both of them, but I don't know. These poor kids are convinced their dad has been framed. Well, that's what they say. You know what I believe? Deep down in their hearts and in their minds, they know he is not innocent. They can say what they want. There's no way that they're not thinking, well, the kids was buried on dad's property and that's his new wife. And here, you know what I mean? They've had to put two and two together in their minds. Did you see Garth's blank face when he talked to Tyson? No emotion. Yeah, well, they've been raised in a weird household. Now, I'm not saying all Mormons are like this, but I mean, look at Chad. Look at the books that he's wrote. I mean, he's had all these near death experiences, all these visions, all that crazy crap has been drilled into their heads. They probably think their dad's like godly or something. I think the whole family, all of them's a freaking cult. It makes me so mad. Tyler's just ready to start her adult life. Get away from Lori. Why kill her while she knew too much? You're right. Yeah. Plus, she didn't like Tylee anymore. Tylee had got to the age, she'd tell her off. Tell her how it was. Can you imagine being Tylee? She had to take care of JJ, which she probably loved doing. But she had to listen to Lori and her craziness, her weirdo religion all the time. Can you imagine that? And you're a teenager? Well, hell, I mean, just anybody being around that'd drive you batty. Will Garth become the new cult prophet? Probably. Probably. That's probably what they believe their dad is, a prophet. He's a prophet for fucking evil. Excuse my language. I usually don't say the F word. That kind of slipped out right then. He's the prophet for evil. I've always said, Lori's like, she always said she's going to like lead like what, 180,000 people into heaven. I said she wasn't going to be leading nothing but the demons into hell. Good morning. I'm so glad I haven't missed your stream. Good morning, Vicky. How are you doing? I'll give you a late slip. Yeah, I can't wait for this to go to trial. I hope this son of a bitch gets the death penalty. I hope Lori gets it too. But even if they get the death penalty, they'll just be sitting on death row forever till all their appeals run out, I haven't followed since they declared her incompetent. Where are we now? Okay, hey Melissa. Well, okay, so they sent her to like a mental health place and she's still there. She was in court Monday and the judge extended her mental health treatment. But he asked for like a status update by next week. Yeah, so her treatment was extended. Hey, she can stay there till the cows come home. It ain't going to do her no freaking good. She's not insane. The bitch is evil crazy, but she knew exactly what she was doing. Of course, we all know she's crazy, but not that type of crazy that she didn't know what she was doing. Love my Charlie Faith. Oh, I love that name. Good morning. Glad you made it. Yeah. So she's still getting treatment. Like I said, they're just wasting their time with that. Guarantee she's in there lying to them. Probably trying to make herself look insane. And she's going to blame probably Chad for all this. And he's going to blame her. She may still be obsessed with him. I'm not going to say in love with him because that bitch ain't capable of loving anyone. That's been proven. She killed her children. But But she may flip on him. She may wise up. Maybe she will stay in forever. No, I don't think so. She'll eventually have to stand trial, whether they think she's insane or not, right? I think so. I wish they'd fry that bitch in the electric chair. It should be the gallows for Vallow. Hang her in the town square for what she did. I'm just shocked by Chad's kids. I mean, what about their mother? They're like, someone's going to stand up for Chad. Well, who's standing up for Tammy there, children? I'm going to start calling them children of the corn. Because they are weird. Like I said, I have a big heart. I feel bad for them because what their dad has done and their mom passing, him murdering her. But damn, they just act like their minds are warped. What have I done here? Let me refresh. My laptop's been acting weird, guys. I'll be watching streams and all of a sudden it'll say your device has to restart. I don't know what I've done to it. Oh my gosh, there's a yellow jacket. Hold on a minute. I swear to God, Mark walks through the house. It sounds like a herd of elephants coming. I've never heard anybody walk that loud in my life. Children of the corn. That's what they remind me of, cement shoes. Children of the corn. Hey, I'm still going to pray for them. I'm going to pray that they see the light and that their minds get right, okay? Because, I mean, they're acting delusional right now. She looks so stupid standing there on that property where her dad had 2 murdered children buried and saying that he was framed. Like, how in the hell did someone sneak on the property and dig 2 deep graves like that? You know, come on now. Who framed him? Guarantee he's telling them that. Guarantee it. Okay, what else are we going to talk about this morning? Hell, I've done forgot. Let me go to my stuff here. There was some more freaky crime going on. Oh, I had an update about that college student that's missing from Illinois. His car was missing with him. They found his car. Let me get it pulled up. Something bad's happened to this young man. Oh, I had an update about Mercedes Lane, too. They appointed a special prosecutor to that case. Okay, let me share this. So this young man's name is J.J. Day. And he's been missing for over a week. He's an ISU grad student. Okay, his car was found abandoned. He's a good-looking young man. Okay, police continue their search for an Illinois State University graduate student who hasn't been heard from or seen in almost a week. Family members told Dateline that not hearing from Jelani, known as JJ Day, 25, was very unlike him. After contact with him on August 23rd, they haven't heard anything at all from JJ and are pleading for answers. JJ Day failed to show up for classes at ISU, while his family made several unsuccessful attempts to find him, police said. Their calls to JJ Day reportedly went straight to voicemail each time. I called him my bill collector child, Day's mother, Carmen, told Dateline, because he just calls me nonstop several times a day. So to not hear from him in a week is very unlike him. Something's not right. Was that his mom? She's pretty. Good looking young man. Okay, on August 26th, the Bloomington Police Department announced that officers with the Peru Police Department found Day's white 2010 Chrysler 300 in a wooded area at the intersection of 12th Street and West Clocks Avenue. south of Illinois Valley YMCA. According to NBC 25, the director of clinical education at ISU, Kara Boaster, is the one who reported Day missing. She said he failed to show up for class, which was not like him. When he didn't show up, I texted to see what was going on. He didn't answer me. I knew he had class at 1 p.m. So I waited for him after class and he didn't show up. This is not at all something our grad students would do. It was Day's first day of graduate school at the school's Communication Science and Disorders Department, where Boaster serves as the director. Day's mother added that Day lives in an off-campus apartment, but frequently visited his family home in Danville, around an hour away. Police have found the events unusual. A lot of things that are unfolding just seem unusual. We released that he didn't show up to class. His family has been trying to contact him. Bloomington police spokesperson John Furman said.
We'll get Smokey some Little Caesars, and they're going to be just for him.
I need some lotion. Okay. Okay, thanks for interrupting. Okay, let's see. So they've set up a GoFundMe to help the family with resources and assistance to help search for Day. He's a vital part of our family, and we need him home, please, Carmen said. We love him and miss him. If anyone out there has seen him or knows anything at all, please call the police. Call me and call his siblings. So JJ Day is described as a black male who stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds. He had short black hair, brown eyes, and some facial hair. Police asked anyone who had contact with Day to call the police at 309-820-8888 and anyone with information to call Detective Paul Jones, 304-434-2548. Wow, I wonder what happened to him. I bet foul play's involved. I hope not. But it doesn't look good. I mean, he didn't go off on his own. I guarantee his bank cards and stuff's not being used at all. Prayers. I hope they find him, but someone probably robbed him, took his car, and then left it. Or it could be someone that he knows is responsible for his disappearance. I know his mom must be terrified. They were super, super close. Illinois. Melissa, it's in Illinois. Hey, KDF. Yeah, I hope they find him too, but it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good at all. Okay, let's see. Let me get my Mercedes Lane stuff pulled up here. It's a special prosecutor appointed in Mercedes Lane murder case. Hold on. Just wanting to play a damn ad on me. I hate freaking ads. Did I miss the part about Tammy Daybell? Yes. Her kids are going to be on 48 Hours tonight. They did an interview, first interview in a year, I guess, since this happened, since they found the kid's body. Anyways, they said that the police told them that Tammy died from asphyxiation, Katie. Yeah. Okay, so let's read this about Mercedes Lane, see what's going on. I think the parents should be charged with her murder too, because they let this weirdo drug addict watch their baby girl, their little innocent 11-month-old baby girl. They're all druggies though, mom and dad too. So a Stark County judge has appointed a special prosecutor to take over the Mercedes Lane murder case. Charges were filed against Justin Miller. He's accused of killing the 11-month-old girl, then dumping her body in a wooded area of Stark County. And I reckon Mercedes died from blunt force trauma. The special prosecutor won't have to travel far to try the case. Stark County Judge Kim Hall appointed Marshall County Prosecutor Nelson Chipman to take over. Chipman has been overseeing this investigation since the 11-month-old was first reported missing. Her parents left their daughter in the care of Justin Miller so they could have a break for the weekend. When he didn't return with the baby, Mercedes' parents reported her missing, which set off a massive search by state and local police along with the FBI. Miller and Mercedes' parents were arrested on neglect charges and were uncooperative in helping find her. A few days later, her body was found in a deeply wooded area in rural Stark County. Miller told police he woke up at his girlfriend's house in Mishawaka. I guess that's how you say that. And the baby was dead. Court documents indicate he then wrapped her up and dumped her in the woods. An autopsy found the girl died from blunt force injuries to the head, and her death was ruled a homicide. Well, did his girlfriend know that she was dead? As we previously reported, there was a difference of opinion on where to file murder charges since events took place in 3 different counties. But the decision was made to do it in Stark County. Chipman made it clear he wanted to prosecute the case, and Stark County prosecutors filed a motion for a special prosecutor due to a possible appearance of impropriety, although the impropriety, I can't say that, has not been spelled out. Chipman will take over the case and told us he believes that's the best way to get justice for Mercedes. No change of venue motion has been filed at this point, so the case will be tried here in Stark County. At last check, no further court dates have been scheduled at this time. Well, her parents should be charged with murder too because they let this weirdo take her. And he was, what was the drugs they said that he was on? Spice? Is that what they called it? Smoking those incense? Let me catch up my chat. Hey, Red Rum. Let's see. Lord, did you see that headline? Grandfather beats 12-year-old grandson to death with sledgehammer over money missing from wallet. No, I missed it. I was reading. I'm telling you, these cases, they get crazier and crazier. There was one this morning. Masked intruder stabs woman 19 times, kills husband trying to protect her, and is still on the loose. Let's see where this is at. I need some coffee. Let's see. This is crazy. Okay, masked intruder. Let's see. This happened in Oregon. A young man in rural Oregon was killed, and his wife is hospitalized after an intruder burst into the home and violently attacked them. According to KOIN, a masked man broke into the Marion County home of Jamelyn Rebecca Juten and Travis Juten in the early morning hours of August 13th. The suspect reportedly entered the couple's bedroom and stabbed Jamie Lynn, age 24, 19 times. At some point, Travis is believed to have confronted the attacker and was fatally stabbed to death. A friend of the couple told the news station that Travis and Jamie Lynn were planning to leave for an Hawaiian vacation the next day, and someone who was cat sitting for the couple had arrived by that point and was sleeping in another room. That person is believed to have startled the suspect into fleeing. Police have confirmed the fatal attack, but most of the details of the incident were provided by KOIN by the couple's friend, Elaine Eon, I guess. He saved her life, Leon said of Travis. He protected her from the attacker. Jamie Lynn in the hospital. She was stabbed 19 times, and her hand she's really into pottery, and I'm worried about the ability to do that, Leon continued. One of her hands, the muscles was severed, so she can't do this with her fingers. They are hoping to be able to reconnect it. Police have not yet commented on a possible motive for the attack. Wow. Huh. That seems like a crime of passion to me. Stabbing is up close and personal. Someone had it out for her. She had an enemy somewhere. Prayers for their family. I hope. I hope they can reattach her hand or whatever's wrong. She makes it. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, guys. Here's one. I don't know if we should read it or not. Man accused of using blowtorch on tot boy's genitals before suffocating and beating him to death. Says he's innocent. And this happened in West Virginia. Oh my God. What in the hell's wrong with people? Let's see. Let's share this. These people's nuts. That poor baby. Look how cute. How could someone do that? So it's a little boy. A West Virginia man behind bars for murder pleaded not guilty during his first appearance in the Laram. Let me see if I can say this. Laramie County District Court. I don't know if that's how you say it. So the district attorney's office announced charges against White Dean Lamb in June, nearly 4 months after 1-year-old Ethan Athenian Riviera, maybe Athenian Riviera, was found dead in an apartment complex dumpster in Cheyenne. Lamb pleaded not guilty to 11 charges against him, including murder and 10 counts of felony child abuse. At the time of the tot's death on February 19th, authorities arrested Lamb for violating probation from a previous unrelated incident. They had yet to charge him with murder after a preliminary autopsy initially couldn't reveal the child's official cause of death. Prosecutors later said in a 9-page probable cause statement that Lamb killed the boy, then took measures to hide him. Look at that son of a bitch. Somebody needs to take a blowtorch to his private parts. So the coroner, Rebecca Reed, ultimately determined that, I think it's Athenian, died on February 19th between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., according to court documents. His body was wrapped in bed sheets and a blanket, then placed inside 5 trash bags. The official cause of death was ultimately determined to be cerebral edema with herniation caused by thermal injuries, suffocation, and blunt force trauma. Forensic pathologist Dr. James Wilkerson added the child had blunt force injuries all over his body, contusions, abrasions, burn marks on his genitals, burn marks on his legs and groin, likely caused by a handheld blowtorch found in the mother's apartment. Wow. Okay. So Lamb's trial is to begin on January 4th, 2022. The trial will likely take a few weeks to complete. Okay. Details leading to maybe it's Athenian's death. On February 19, Athenian's mother, Cassandra Oriana, reported the child missing at 1 p.m. Within a few hours, police found the child's body in a dumpster in the 400 block of Desmond Drive. Lamb was living with Oriana, which violated his probation from a previous incident in which he choked and beat her. Lamb had been ordered by a judge to stay away from her after the assault. He was arrested after police determined he had been living with her since August 2020. Throw the book at her, too. Oriana, I guess that's how you say that, told investigators she went to work on February 18th at 5:30 p.m. She left her 3 children, including Athian, in the care of Lamb, who was identified as her boyfriend. She spoke with Lamb throughout the evening and everything appeared okay. At some point that night, Lamb reportedly told her that Athian started vomiting and coughing. Oriana told detectives that she asked Lamb to keep an eye on the child until she could take him to the doctor. Around 3:30 a.m. on February 19th, she returned home, saw her children sleeping together in a bed. She then went to her bedroom with Lamb. She allegedly admitted she smoked marijuana with Lamb until 4:30 a.m., then went to sleep. The following morning, according to her, Lamb was acting nicer than normal. He asked her for clean sheets. The suspect allegedly told her he wanted to put clean sheets on the bed after Athan vomited. Lamb, who usually walked Oriana's oldest child to school, asked her to drive her so she wouldn't be late. She reportedly said she felt the request odd since Lamb usually walked a short distance to school with her daughter in the morning, even if the girl was running late. Security footage, however, allegedly showed that Lamb was in the car with I don't know how you say that bitch's name, as she dropped her daughter off at school. She returned home at 9:30 a.m. She said her other son was awake by that time, but she didn't see Athan and assumed he was still sleeping. She smoked more marijuana, then took a nap. Lamb allegedly woke her up at 12:15 a.m. and told her Athan was missing. She checked in the bedroom and no one was there. She searched around the apartment complex with no luck. She called the police, who found the boy's body. Lamb, who had left the apartment complex when she called 911, returned around 1:30 p.m. He told investigators he was at his own apartment on February 19th when she called him and said Athan was missing. Lamb denied having anything to do with the child's death. Lamb claimed he was at Oriana's apartment until after 3 a.m. on February 19th before he returned to his apartment, where he said he lived with a roommate. Investigators determined that Lamb moved out of his apartment in 2020 and currently lived with this weirdo that left her kids alone with Lamb. Oriana's employer gave police a time card and security footage which secured her alibi on the night in question. It don't matter. She was ordered by a judge not to have this man in her home because he had assaulted her. And she did. She had him living there watching her kids. The bitch didn't even check on her kids when she got home. Next morning, she didn't even fix them nothing to eat. She just smoked some pot and went back to bed. She's just as guilty as him, in my opinion. I'd say throw the book at both of them. It's her fault for leaving her kids in his care. That's just my opinion. She had no business having him live in that apartment anyways. He wasn't even supposed to be there. I can't read no more child murder cases this morning because they put me in a bad freaking mood. I couldn't pronounce her name. It's a weird name. She's just as guilty as him. Guys, as these true crime cases put you on a bad mood, they do me when they involve kids. I'm going to have to smoke a cigarette. He's going to get payback in prison. They don't like that kind of crime. No, he tortured that little toddler. Tortured him. Took a blowtorch. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of this movie that I watched. It was based on a true story. And this woman took in, I believe, her sister's kids, like in the 50s, something like that. Her sister had been killed. Her name was Sylvia something, the victim. Anyway, her aunt tortured her, would let her sons rape that girl, neighbors, boys, and everything. But she took a blowtorch to that girl's private parts. That's what that reminds me of. Can you imagine what kind of pain that child endured? Makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach. They should take a blowtorch to both their private parts. I don't got no sympathy for that mother. I don't. Because she knew he was violent and she had him watching her children. Do you think he just decided to abuse that little boy just one time? No, he'd been abusing them before. I could bet you my life on it. She's a sorry piece of shit. She didn't even fix her kids nothing. They didn't check on them nothing. They said she got up and smoked marijuana. She didn't even check on them when she come in. I can't imagine their little lives. No. Me either. It's so sad. I can't imagine the pain that child went through. Bless his little heart. He don't got to feel no more pain now. I'm in Cheyenne, right? Did that happen here? I think so. Are you in West Virginia, Shay? It's up in West Virginia. Is it Cheyenne something? Yes, it happened, West Virginia. Let's see. Yeah, West Virginia. Is it? I think it's Laramie County. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think the little boy's name is Athan Riviera. He was found in an apartment complex dumpster, y'all. Okay, here's the article y'all was talking about. Grandfather beat. Let's read this one and then I'm getting off here. Grandfather beats 12-year-old grandson to death with sledgehammer after finding money missing from wallet. Jesus Christ. You know, sometimes I'll think I got money in my wallet a certain amount and go look and it's not there and there's been nobody here. It's just I've spent it and forgot. I do that all the time. So, a Wisconsin man is behind bars after police say he beat his own grandson with a sledgehammer for allegedly taking money from his wallet. The incident happened Saturday night in Milwaukee. According to police, when 12-year-old Andre Smith and his brother 8 spent the night with their grandfather, Andres Martina. A criminal complaint indicates that at some point on Saturday evening, the children's grandmother, oh my gosh, I cannot say this, Alicia McCroy or something, contacted her daughter, Nia Moore, and told her, come get the boys immediately. According to court documents, McCroy has legal custody of the children. Their biological mother has been identified as Nikita Martina. Look at that freaking weirdo, that son of a bitch. Moore and her boyfriend arrived at the home where the youngest boy ran out immediately. Inside, Andre was covered in blood and not moving. They rushed him to St. Joseph Hospital. He was then transferred to Children's Wisconsin, where he ultimately died. Authorities interviewed everyone in the home, including a great-grandmother who also lived in the residence. The great-grandmother told police that she saw Martina striking Andre with a hammer all over his body, including the head and back. He then switched weapons and allegedly began beating the boy with a cane, she said. Jesus. He's charged with 1 count first-degree intentional homicide. The incident happened after Andre allegedly took money from Smith's wallet, but the great-grandmother said Martina continued to beat the boy after the child went to a different room to retrieve the stolen money. The younger boy confirmed that Martina beat them after accusing Andre of taking money from his wallet. The boy said Martina beat them with the sledgehammer, cane, mallet, and coat rack. Milwaukee County Medical Examiner Brian Peterson indicated that Andre had a fractured skull, numerous blunt force blows to his body. Police arrested Martina and charged him with intentional homicide, child abuse, neglect, and conviction of a firearm by a felon. ABC 12 reports that this isn't the first time Martina has been in legal trouble. In 1989, he was convicted of second-degree reckless homicide. He had just recently moved back to Milwaukee to be near his grandchildren. Nikita Martina told the outlet she's been trying to get the children back for a while and has been calling CPS since last year. I wonder if that's true. Wow. Poor little Andre and his brother. So he was beating both of them. Andre got the blunt of it. Bless his little heart. Look how cute he is. You know, kids do sneaky things sometimes. That's why you got to teach them from wrong. Oh my gosh. I can't believe he'd take a sledgehammer and beat a kid over a little bit of money. It's crazy. Prayers for the family. It seems like to me that grandma sucks. Yeah, she shouldn't have. She should have took those kids and left. She should have picked up, the phone and called 911 or something. I know it's easy for us to sit back and judge, but I just don't get why he was living in the home with them anyways. He's a violent felon. He's been to prison for reckless homicide. He shouldn't have been around them. Now that I'm visiting in Cheyenne, I have a cat. She's so common. Oh, are you visiting there? Hey, West Virginia, it gets crazy up in there, girl. Be careful. I'm telling you. Praying for his family. Evil asshole. I know it. It takes an evil son of a bitch to do something like that. An evil son of a bitch. Anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to get off here. That's enough true crime. It's put me in a horrible mood. It don't take much to put me in a bad mood anymore. Those cases get to me. They really do. I don't understand these psycho people. I mean, that's not the way a normal person reacts to pick up something and start beating on a child because they took a little money from a wallet. Yeah, he's evil, sweet crazy. Evil times 10. Yeah, evil times 100. It's the devil's son. RNA, me too. Yeah, they do. They put me in bad mood. I'm going to have to go watch me a drama stream and listen to everybody else's troubles. That's what I like to do. Listen to everybody else's troubles. Hey, it keeps me distracted from my own problems and stuff. It does. Find some happy stories like on Zorro. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Have a great day, sweet crazy. I'm glad you stopped in, hon. I like to see people that's usually not in here in the chat. Makes me feel good. Well, guys, thanks for chatting. It's been a kind of a boring stream. I know. I'm sorry. I've been so distracted. My poor little Smokey is not doing well. Mark went to get him some special food. So maybe he just didn't like what I was giving him. I don't know, but he don't seem to be walking too well. Gonna have to take him to the vet. May end up taking him today. Who knows? And channel members, don't forget, we'll do our member stream tomorrow night because I'm gonna watch the 48 hours episode on Chad Dunbell's Children of the Corn tonight. That's what I'm gonna start calling his children. Children of the Corn. I can't believe I wouldn't call them that. But damn, they're just dumb as a box of rocks, y'all. They're dumb as a box of rocks. They don't got no damn common sense. No head smarts about them. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Be safe. Be kind. Peace.